As the government of Grenada continues to count the cost of Category 4 Hurricane Beryl's disastrous visit, initial projections suggest replacing the houses alone will run into the hundreds of millions of dollars. That's according to Prime Minister Dickon as he described the damage done to Carriacou, Petite Martinique, and Northern Grenada. He was speaking during a one-on-one interview with me at the National Disaster Management Agency.
I mean, it's devastating. There's no other way to describe it. Massive physical destruction of homes, government buildings, private commercial properties, significant destruction of agriculture. In the case of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, fishing is a way of life. So there's significant damage to boats, to jetties, the Turtle Bay infrastructure. So really, it's just from a physical destruction point of view, it's not something you'd want to wish on your worst enemy. And then obviously, have to deal with the humanitarian crisis as a result. No homes, no schools, no water, no power, no food, no clothing. So it's truly been a devastating blow.
I know that it's early days for the government, but if you can give an estimation in terms of the cost of this natural disaster and the government's fiscal position.
It's going to be dreadful because if we take Carriacou alone, let's do simple math. If you had to rebuild 800 or 1,000 homes and build it so that at least it's decent and can perhaps withstand future storms, you probably, and I'm saying here a very small, modest home, you probably will have to spend 250,000 EC dollars. So if you take the lower figure, 200,000, and you have to build 1,000 homes, that's $200 million. That's just the home. That's just the structure. We're not talking furnishing it, putting back, the refrigerator or the washing machine. We are talking here about significant financial loss and running into the hundreds of millions of dollars.
You mentioned rebuilding, and with the majority of the housing stock, particularly in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, either being damaged or completely destroyed, is the conversation as it relates to building with more resilience in mind center as you think about rebuilding?
No, absolutely. That's central. As much as we want to help people get a roof over their heads quickly, we can't do it in the same manner that it was done before. So absolutely, I think just from a design point of view, from a construction materials point of view, and also looking at examples, places further north like the Cayman Islands, which has sort of been in the path of hurricanes almost annually. They've made adjustments to their building code, particularly the roofing. So you see there's a lot of concrete roofs and those kinds of things. So we're going to have to look at some of that. We are going to have to look at modular homes to see how, once they can withstand hurricane force winds, how we perhaps deploy some of this, because it's not just rebuilding. We have to rebuild quickly, and then we have to build with resilience in mind.
90% of all buildings, including homes, hospitals, the airport, marinas, and gas stations on Carriacou and Petite Martinique were impacted by the hurricane. Krystal Hoyte, CBC News.